With my CPAP, I've got an app that shows me how many events an hour. It's less than one.
Right.
So
that's why we want that with the CPAP versus it'll be the battle of the century, CPAP versus appliance. The only difference is when you get up in the morning, when you take that nose piece off, your supply of air that presses that space open and goes down in your lungs is gone. And for 17 long hours, every cell in your body is screaming. And so that's where all the adrenaline's coming from.
Okay.
And that's where we see in us guys, either we don't wake up one morning or we have a stroke. And, I can't tell you the number of people that they're on CPAPs and their quality of life is better. 50% of people have problems, but the ones that can wear it like it, but they're still only getting help 6-7 hours, however long you're in that bed tethered to that thing. The other thing is you're tethered to meds, and some of these are pretty scary things.
Yep.
So it would be nice to work with your doctor, and we could show him the effect it has on your cardiovascular stuff.
It may not make him happy, but it will make me happy.
I haven't found too many guys that bawl me out for asking if they would just examine your current past condition with your current condition and how you're functioning. I think there's a lot more guys that if they knew there was a way, if they knew there was this way, they would be very interested in trying to take care of you in whatever capacity, whether it's giving you medications or taking you off. I had a gal that was on Neurontin, gabapentin, and it's as addictive as the OxyContin.
Really? Okay.
And she had a cyst in her throat, and we put an appliance in, and she had a cough for 6 years, been to Mayo Clinic everywhere. And we put that appliance in, and I sent her back to the ENT, and I said, hey, we stopped the cough, but we happened to be adjusting her appliance while she needed her medications, and we just worked through it, and we eliminated the 10 o'clock feeding. Would you be open to going on and trying for us to eliminate the other 2 feedings of gabapentin because of the addictive nature of it, and she doesn't want to be on it? Well, she's gone. I mean, she has no more of that, and so basically I get a big chocolate cake for that. The deal was it had to be no cough and no drugs, and it's really a good thing. You don't bake, do you?
I don't think, but I can get a cake to you. Yeah.
But the deal is that these are good indications that there is the autonomic response is kicking in.
So, with what you're seeing there, you feel like it would really help me? That I'm a good candidate?
I'll bet everything I own on it because I have. And you're worth it. And I guarantee you that it won't take that long to do it, and you'll have all of that other dentistry fixed and taken care of, the infection be gone, and have a great foundation in a short period of time. But we'll already, if the train will left the station, there's things we can do right now to improve your quality of life during the day. Remember, they take that CPAP off, they're not helping you much then.
No.
So it's a short-term solution to a chronic problem all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, it's just another thing, just taking care of symptoms.
Right. So, when I had a kidney stone, I was all about symptoms, but they actually went in and got that stone so I wouldn't have to keep taking things.
Right.
I think we're going to go in and solve this problem for you. Based on what I see and what you've told me, and just the fact that you have looked at some of the other information we have and resonated with it. We like that because you haven't been sitting around waiting for me to tell you what to do, or I'm going to do it to you. I mean, you're actually engaged in the process. So
I'm pursuing.
Yeah, and persistently. So we're looking forward to working with you. And the next step is to create an appliance for you, and we can't do that without some impressions.
Sure.
You ever had any problems with impressions, taking them, or have you ever had impressions?
I've never had it.
Oh, well, okay. So
I get another first experience.
Oh, you'll love it. So we're going to do that. We're going to get some records for baseline, And one morning you can come in and get them, and that evening we'll have appliances ready for you.
Great.
The best part about this, is it doesn't take long, and it's very, very predictable. About 85% of the cases we do are just like that. It's successful, and you have a situation with your cardiac condition that complicates it, and the weight complicates it. So I can't be quite as bragging about how this system works, but it's God's system. You get out of the way and we honor it. All of a sudden, things start resetting and readjusting, just like the matter of losing weight. You get more air. How's the blacksmith get that fire hot? He just adds more oxygen with the bellows. So what we're going to do is cook the food a little better and burn it off, and then you have the brain fog goes, and that sluggish feeling and pain subside. You feel like just getting out and taking a walk, get some fresh air. That's all you have to do, and metabolism gets better. Pretty soon you start finding there are a few things maybe I could push away and something else that I'd like, but I just needed the sugar and the energy.
Yeah, it's I had cancer from Agent Orange, and after that, it seemed like that's when I started gaining weight, and it's been tough.
You know what cancer loves most?
Do you know what cancer loves most? An aerobic environment. Anaerobic means no oxygen. Aerobic means with oxygen.
An anaerobic or no oxygen environment. And you're working on it pretty good with that little opening back there. And
listen to this story. OSB is holistic therapy.
We had a lady, she had 1,000 squamous cell carcinomas, and the hospital vetted us, 3 or 4 of us that were into this, and alternative therapies. And I said, I get to go first because it's the airway. That's like CPR. So she came in, they cut them out, radiate them, and give her chemo, and she still was having a breakout, regularly. So we made her this thing. This little appliance with those contours was her last breakout.
Really?
She took it very seriously after that, because she realized all of that horror and hell she'd been through was to save her life, but with a little more oxygen and no expensive hyperbaric chamber, she was able to put that thing on hold. A year later, she got a cold at Christmas time, so they put her on prednisone. She had an outbreak because prednisone suppresses the immune system. Lack of oxygen plays around with your immune system. So they got her through this course of prednisone, and she was fine for another year. And I guess she gets all spent at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and she had another course of prednisone, and the cancer came back. It's the only time she had to go. So, welcome. Happy birthday.
Well, I've seen what you've done for my brother-in-law, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this.
It is. And your brother-in-law's Parkinson's tremors are much less. We got a little ways and adjustments, but his quality of life is way up, and his hope's way up.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I saw, and I just wanted to do that the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's quite a feeling to be able to help somebody. Dr. Robinson, the guy that started this, said OSB is about putting the body in natural balance, which is what we're trying to restore, a natural balance, so that it can function optimally, fight them bugs and that cancer, with particular emphasis on free breathing, which you need to do, and spinal alignment, which always is important.
This has to do with spinal alignment.
Oh my gosh, that's why I'm counting on you getting no lower back pain, because once that 10-pound head changes position a little bit and the throat opens up and posture changes. I had a lady in our Bible study, she came in and she was taking methotrexate and prednisone for, she was taking pain pills. She wasn't taking those two. And I put appliance in like this, and 3 weeks later, we were done. And she said, you know what the best part about this is? I can feel my feet.
Huh.
And I said, Feel your feet. You don't have anything about feet on here. She said, I didn't tell you I fell off a horse 10 years ago. I had pain in my back every day, but what does something in my mouth have to do with it?
Wow.
I had a lot. You put a little increase in the vertical dimension here, and your head posture changes, and all of a sudden everything down to your tip of toes changes.
Good night.
This is achieved by passively correcting the relationship between the tongue, jaw below the hood, jaw, throat, and spine. The impact on the autonomic and the sensory nervous system is dramatic. And under the autonomic system is the autoimmune system. So we're going to hit it all. And I don't do anything but balance oral flexion. That's what's cool. All of this is just reset by the natural process the body has through the autonomic nervous system.
Let me reiterate and clarify what Dr. Whitley is explaining to Jim. You will have available to you this excellent chart, this physiology of the throat and neck. It clearly shows the tongue and the uvula, the epiglottis, the tracheotomy, and the esophagus. On the back is written the very definition that Dr. Whitley was just reading. Let's read that again. OSB is about putting the body in natural balance so that it can function optimally, with particular emphasis on free breathing and spinal alignment. This is achieved by passively correcting the relationship between the tongue, jaw, throat, and the spine. The impact on the autonomic and sensory nervous system is dramatic. Let's make sure that we understand how balancing the oral function affects the autonomic nervous system. This autonomic nervous system will do anything it can to keep the body breathing and the heart beating, even if it has to move the posture and sacrifice correct posture so it can breathe. So now your head is leaning forward and this 10-pound bowling ball is coming forward, and now you have neck, shoulder, back pain. So what does back pain have to do with balancing your oral system? It's because the head is tilted. The autonomic nervous system is realigning the body so it can breathe. And therefore, once you get this tongue out of choking yourself, out of blocking the airway, your head realigns, you stand up straighter, and it helps your body alignment.